My name is Henry Pyatt. I'm the Small Business and Neighborhood Redevelopment Manager in the Bureau of Neighborhood Empowerment here at the City of Pittsburgh. Today, we're holding a Small Business Resource Fair. Those are events that we hold all around the city, as well as here at the City County Building, to help entrepreneurs from all over town learn about the different resources that are available to help them start and grow their businesses here in the City of Pittsburgh. We also have the Government Edition Resource Fairs, which enable entrepreneurs to connect with the folks who make the rules that they need to deal with in order to exist as a business entity here in the City of Pittsburgh. We don't want it to be mysterious, and that's why we're all here today. So this particular Small Business Resource Fair is about food policy and food retailing businesses. I have learned recently, because of some of our partners in the nonprofit world that you're about to meet, that the federal regulations for accepting SNAP benefits as a food retailer have changed. And that's an important program that a lot of our food retailers use here in the City of Pittsburgh. So we want to make sure everybody knows how to follow those rules and get food into folks' hands who need them at a reasonable price. So I'm going to introduce our panelists, and then I'll ask them a series of questions to help elucidate some of the ways that they can help you with your business. And then we'll open up the floor to audience questions. First, we have Joshua Berman from Just Harvest. For 30 years, Just Harvest has been on the forefront of fighting hunger here in Allegheny County. They work with people and communities to help improve food access. They also have a program called Fresh Corners, and it's designed to help small business owners enhance their inventory by adding fresh produce. And by doing so, they're able to get more fresh fruits and vegetables into the bellies of folks who otherwise might not receive them. And currently, Fresh Corners is working with 8 stores and actively looking to expand, as I understand it. Up next, Brittany Huffman is with Tobacco Free Allegheny. Tobacco Free Allegheny serves as a resource to the community, providing education about all aspects of tobacco use and the harmful effects of secondhand smoke. Their mission is to change community norms around tobacco, making its use uncommon, and to help retailers, families, and community members assist in that goal. And also we have Blair Schoenborn from Bridgeway Capital. Bridgeway is a nonprofit community development financial institution whose mission is to make Western Pennsylvania a thriving region for all by promoting economic opportunity and community revitalization. Bridgeway assists underserved populations by providing capital and education to ignite business and job growth, develop communities, support entrepreneurs, and expand vital services that strengthen our region. Since 1990, they've closed 1,100 loans for approximately $130 million and has recently committed to investing $100 million more in low to moderate income communities by 2020. They have a healthy food access financing program that was launched in 2014. It's provided over $2 million in financing to 25 food-based projects in Western Pennsylvania. It's a really wonderful tool for folks looking to expand what they're offering and knowing that the capital equipment that's required for that can be a little more expensive. And finally, Shelley Danko-Day is the Urban Agriculture and Food Policy Planner in the Department of City Planning here at the City of Pittsburgh. The Department of City Planning provides guidance in zoning, land use, and permitting. Shelley also administers the Adopt a Lot program that provides access to city-owned land for food and flower gardens. And she's also the city's first food planner who works to develop food policy programs in an effort to enhance local and regional food infrastructure and create equitable food access for residents. So now that we've got the intro of our panelists, we're going to ask I'm going to ask a few questions of them and give them a chance to more fully explain what they offer. So Joshua, what are the main changes being made to the SNAP retailer guidelines, and what are the challenges and opportunities associated with those changes?
Yeah, thanks so much, Henry, and thanks for everyone who's here today. We're really excited to have this panel. So to jump right into what the main points of the SNAP retail changes are, you now have to, in the 4 staple food categories, which are your vegetables and your fruits, your dairy products, your meat, fish, and protein, and your bread and cereal category. In those 4 categories, you now have to have 7 total items in each of those categories, and you have to have a depth of stock of 3 units for each of those products as well. What that really means is you do have to have 84 items stocked on your shelf at any one given time in order to be certified as a SNAP retailer. Another big component of this is that now within the USDA policies, you can't do more than 50% of your total food sales in hot and prepared foods. this is something that will affect businesses and store owners, particularly corner store owners who have been doing hot and prepared food out of their locations. There are really easy ways to sort of navigate this. And there are some really great ways that store owners can actually enhance their overall product offering. This is a great opportunity to be able to say to yourself, you know what, I have to make these changes anyway, might as well do them in the healthiest way possible. And that's really what the Fresh Corners program and a lot of our resource partners up here today are trying to offer and hoping to partner with store owners on, is being able to help navigate these changes and make these changes in a practical way. For instance, some of the things that you can now add to your store within the meat and dairy categories are plant-based alternative products, things like soy and nut-based products. That previously wasn't allowed. Those didn't count in those categories. So we can help you navigate those changes, and we're happy to be a resource in that way.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Joshua. So up next, before we go to questions, I wanted to go to Brittany Huffman from Tobacco Free Allegheny. Brittany, how can educational activities help improve my business or someone else's business and the health and well-being of their customers?
Yeah, so there's two aspects to that. Improving your business, what we're really aiming to do with the Healthy Corner Store project is provide you with better ways to do some of the things that you're already doing. So we have a Sell Healthy guide that we work out of to provide small 10-minute trainings where we come in every couple months and just talk with you about what are some of the issues you're seeing. So some of the things that are in our Sell Healthy guide include how to best store the new fruits that you're bringing in to your business. Some fruits should be refrigerated, some shouldn't. Some affect the fruits that they're sitting next to when they give off ethanol. I want to make sure I had the right gas. And some of them help to counteract the gas that's being given off. In terms of helping your customers, one of the projects that we're working on with the store that we have currently in Garfield on Penn Avenue is we are partnering with the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank to bring a food education program to his store. And one of the great things about this program is not only is it helping your customers by teaching them all the different ways that they can eat healthier, but we also encourage the food bank to use products that are already in your stores. So it encourages customers then to come into your store to find these products on your shelves, to purchase them, take them home, and create healthier meals with them.
That sounds like a really awesome program.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Up next is Blair Schoenborn from Bridgeway Capital. Blair, the question I have for you: how can community financing, along with dedicated support, enhance a retail food business in the present, as well as to help folks prepare for the future?
Sure. Thanks, Henry. So as Henry was explaining earlier, Bridgeway has been in the community development arena for a number of decades now, and we really see food businesses as anchors in communities. They're either a strong gathering point, or they spur additional investment and additional investment in that community. And we really want to work with our neighborhoods and our community stores to expand access to food. So we're looking at markets and food innovators and food entrepreneurs and across the spectrum to really bring some of those food access solutions to life. And what Bridgeway is doing to work with those clients is we can offer financing packages. We have some micro grants that we're offering to help take on some of that risk of expanding your inventory or changing your business a little bit. It can be some of that process can be a little bit daunting and be a financial burden, and we're here to walk through that alongside our business owners. We have programs or loans that start as low as $3,000, and they can go up to, if you're looking to purchase real estate to open a store, we can help support that as well, and kind of everything in between: equipment, inventory, building, renovations. What sets us apart too from where you might find other finance opportunities is that our loans and our grants come with some wraparound services. So we have business education resources, technical assistance, and a pretty extensive partner network. A lot of you are in the room. and so we can really help you navigate that process, and that can be huge when you're stepping your first foot into this new space, whether it's an existing business or you're making that next growth decision. We can help you navigate that, and happy to answer any questions along those lines. And we have our table over there. We can talk through any specifics, but we have a lot to offer.
Thank you very much. I know a lot of entrepreneurs all around the city have been really, really pleased by the help they've received from Bridgeway, and you've been a part of financing capital stacks for a lot of really great entrepreneurial projects. So thank you very much for continuing to provide those services. Up next, Shelley Danko-Day, our urban agriculture and food policy planner in the Department of City Planning here in the city of Pittsburgh. Shelley runs a whole lot of programs, and there's a lot of ways that a food business might interface with them. So the question I have for you, Shelley, is what are some of the ways that the city planning department, or more specifically you and your specific capabilities within the department, are able to help a food business, and what are some of the services you might offer that they might want to take advantage of?
Well, the city planning includes the zoning department, which permits. It can give you permits for land use and location and operation permits, essentially. Whereas Allegheny County Health Department does your food safety permits, we do your operational, like your building, your occupancy permits, that sort of thing. Specifically, what I could help you with is if you're looking to grow food and sell the food you grow on city-owned land, I can help you with that. We have the Adopt-A-Lot program, which allows people relatively simple access to city-owned properties for food, flower, rain gardens. And we have a market stand lease where you could sell what you grow. There's also the Urban Ag Code, if you're not familiar with that. We updated that in 2015, which now allows you to grow, it's permitted by right to grow food on private land as well. And it's there's a very simple permit for that. And other agricultural activities like raising chickens and bees and goats.
Awesome. Getting rid of those pesky government regulations. I love it. So next, I wanted to open up the floor to questions. At events like this, we have a lot of entrepreneurs from around town that are working on a lot of different projects, and there's no way that any of us can anticipate all the questions and problems that folks might need to address. So is there anyone in the audience that would like to ask a question of any or all of our panelists? Cool. Hearing none. So we do these small business resource fairs to help introduce all the different folks that are either currently or in the future will be entrepreneurs in the city of Pittsburgh. So that's why all these resource providers are here. Who you're not seeing on camera includes a whole panoply of services that can help you with financing, help you acquire a building, help you become part of a neighborhood that you're interested in doing business in, help you figure out your merchandising plan, help you figure out all the different aspects of running a business that you're going to need to know on top of simply the skill that you're really good at that you wish to purvey. So that's why we run these fairs. So if anyone's interested in more information on those, all you need to do is go to pittsburghpa.gov, click on the Mayor's tab, and go to the Small Business and Neighborhood page. I'd also like to specifically point out that the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh, the oldest redevelopment authority in the United States, has been a partner from the very beginning on putting these fairs together. They're right down the block from us. They've got a really easy-to-find webpage at ura.org where you can find access to all of their entrepreneurial services, including financing. So I'd be remiss not to point those things out. Panelists, any other ideas that you want to point out about the services you offer to food entrepreneurs, or do you have any questions for each other?
I was thinking maybe we could have the audience tell us like what kind of business you're trying to start. Somebody just yell out something, and then we could each sort of comment on how we could help that particular type of business.
Henry, maybe Rochelle could go up and talk to. We do a lot of work
Okay.
with food businesses. So Rochelle, why don't you?
So I'd like to introduce Rochelle Lillian. She is a loan officer at the Urban Redevelopment Authority. If you're looking to finance a project, you may well work with Rochelle or one of her colleagues on figuring out what the best financing package would be for your business. Rochelle, can you tell us about a food entrepreneur you've worked with recently?
Sure. Well, we do work with a lot of restaurants. You mean specifically or just in general?
What's up to you?
Well, I'll just say in restaurants in general, I mean, we have helped a lot just because it's been harder to raise capital for restaurants. So really, the URA, we're here to look at the gap in the project. We're not here to take on the whole project. I guess I should start by saying City of Pittsburgh. Business has to be in the City of Pittsburgh. And then as you're going through your business plan and putting your budget together, and you're, just looking at the different avenues, we're here to make the project work. So we're the gap lender. So really, you work with the other folks. We've tried to work a lot with Bridgeway, other banks. Love to work with Hebrew Free Loan Association. So wherever your financing is, I mean, we could be that last piece of the puzzle just to make it all work. And so we have loan programs really for any furniture, fixtures, equipment, working capital, anything you may need, acquisition, as long as you're in the city. And then facade programs. That's what everybody likes because that's a grant. So 0% on the exterior. There are $5,000 matching grants, or in certain designated areas it can go up to $31,500.
What can you do with those facade dollars?
Well, they could be matching grants to any exterior improvements to your business.
Oh, wow. So I could use it for a sign or a door?
Yeah, signage,
Wow.
Really any exterior.
Rochelle, have you ever worked with Bridgeway in working with the same entrepreneur?
Yeah. I haven't recently.
Yeah. And actually,
Awesome.
can I
Of
jump
course.
in on that? So a good point to bring up, and you started to touch on it, is that what we have found is that there's a lot of similarities in the programs that we offer, but there's also a lot of opportunity to stack the resources that we offer. So there's a lot on the table, and we know each other pretty well, and at least our organizations do. And we kind of know what other folks are offering, and we'll often hang up with you and jump on the phone with them and say, what can you do to help support this business? And we kind of pull our resources into a way that advances what you're trying to do even further. So that's something to think about too.
Yeah, and I would actually just add to that not only do we know each other really well, but we are able to coordinate some of the same resources. Although we are all working with corner stores, there's no reason to sort of have to choose between one of us. We can all sort of work collaboratively together. And I think the funding available and the resources available do really stack well between each other. Even more recently, we've begun working with a store in East Liberty, and it's been a really natural partnership to have all three organizations partnered together, working for the benefit of one community and one store.
If that's not a microcosm of Pittsburgh, I don't know what is.
That's true.
That's awesome. Any other ideas that any of y'all would like to bring up, or perhaps maybe just mention how folks might get a hold of you should they be more interested in further understanding your services?
Okay, sure. I mean, come back and visit our table if you want to talk directly about your business. URA.org, and I'm Rochelle Lillian, and we have 3 of us represented here. Anyone really on the website can help you. But really, we're here right now, so. Yeah.
Tobacco Free Allegheny's in the room too. You can get on our website and find out how to contact us. We're at tobaccofreeallegheny.org. It's all spelled out. Or you can call us and you can ask for Brittany.
Yeah, and more than welcome to visit our website, justharvest.org. Our table is here as well, and you could always call us at Just Harvest and ask for Josh.
Likewise, we're at bridgewaycapital.org, and we're here to the left, but you can also give our offices a call. Our website has a lot of information on the application process, so you can start there, but you can also just reach out directly to me, and I'm Blair.
And where do folks find you?
I can be reached at shelley.dankoday at pittsburghpa.gov, and at the part of the website, DCP, Department of City Planning.
Yep. So pittsburghpa.org on the, I believe it's a second tab to the right on the top. Planning. Look for the planning tab on pittsburghpa.org or .gov.
That's where you can find the Adopt a Lot program.
So Yeah, I guess we're going to wrap up this panel discussion. I really appreciate you guys coming out. I know it's, it's really hard to run a small business, to keep your shelves stocked, to make sure that you're keeping an eye on your inventory, to do a good job with your few advertising dollars, to think about merchandising and all the other things you got to think about, and then the rules change. So I really appreciate you guys putting an effort out there to help folks understand and make sure they're in compliance and not having one more extra headache. I want to point out to everybody who's watching here today, if you want to hook up with any of these resource partners, you're missing any information, or if you're interested in attending future small business resource fairs, pittsburghpa.gov. Click on Mayor Peduto's tab, and then Small Business and Neighborhoods. We've got a box on the left for you to give us your email so we can let you know about future events. That will about do it here at the City County Building today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you at another Small Business Resource Fair.